Why am I not on screen? Hello, hi, how are we? Okay, there we go. There we go. Hi, everyone. I can also hear myself. Oh, that'll... I have like a Twitch tab open. That'll be why. Anyways. Oh boy, this is a scuff start to the stream. Anyways, hello. You are not mistaken. This is in fact the Great Ace Attorney. Our protagonist, Vodka. Oh, my mic is. Okay. This stream is so scuffed. Sometimes I had to move my mic out of the way, and I forgot to bring it back. So I was kind of, let's see. Yeah, now I'm pretty distant from you all. Now I'm just an echo in the back of your head. Okay, this is better. This is better. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. We are gonna do Great Ace Attorney, but I have gotten sucked into the Uma Musume rabbit hole. I'm not paid for anything. This is my 5th or 6th run. First run with Vodka, and we are the farthest that we've ever gotten. We are all the way up to the end of these first set of goals here, all the way to the Tenno show in our senior year. So we have all of our alarm clocks. We're just gonna do this one. We're just gonna do this one. That is gonna be it, and then we're gonna get into Great Ace Attorney. But yeah, you are not. Although this is the Great Ace Attorney. You are canonically the greatest Ace Attorney right here. I think we do have skills. Okay, we have 168. I really want to save up for this, but I also know that if we don't spend the skills before the race, especially with this one where we need to win. There was one I was thinking of. We are not a front runner. I think it was one of the straightaways. I think it was one of these two straightaways, and I kind of want to save as many skill points as I can to try and get this. So I think I'll just go slightly increased velocity on a straight. But yeah, we will go. We will go for that. And we have like 3 or 4 chances, and I want to use all of mine if we can. So I want to get past this first goal. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to the autumn Tenno show at the Tokyo Turf. We've done well in this last race. We got second. Also, I think it was a 1,600 meter distance. It was a photo finish with Nishino Flower at our last race. So. And once again, going up against Daiwa Scarlet. Because of their strong skills, Vodka and Daiwa Scarlet have been able to walk their own paths without being influenced by the other's way of life. Unwilling to give in, they put everything on the line and face off in this autumn's big race. Okay, we are only the 7th favorite. I think this track is 2000, it's medium. I found that in the miles, where we do kind of need to go over to pace. But yeah, we're gonna head. This is I think just like right in between. I think since it's a medium, it's best to go to our long game, our late game. So let's see how this goes. We are the 8th favorite, but we have a couple attempts at this, and then we'll get into Great Ace Attorney. Yeah, hope you're all doing well. Please let me know. Don't be shy. Okay. I said we were the 8th favorite, I think, but we're number 7. Okay, we are all the way on the outside though. All right, Air Groove's there. We've beaten Air Groove a couple of times. Daiwa Scarlet. I think we're 1-1 against each other. I think we beat her once. She beat us once, and then Special Week. Yeah, I think based on the horses that we're seeing, number 4, Team Opera O, and the Top Gun. Yeah, I think we have managed to beat everyone here before. It's the Tenno show. G1. Where are the other words? Where are the other words? It's the Tokyo Tunnel Show Autumn 2000 meters. That was not my best introduction, but hopefully these Umamusume, specifically vodka, will race better than my introduction. All right, here we go. I remember, yeah, we have beaten Dive with Scarlet once. We do have what it takes. We are starting on all the way on the outside. So it is probably best that we go for a late strategy. These are by far the highest stats that I've had a horse at in this race. And there we go, corner recovery. We've been really lucky to have two blue stamina effects, like one for straightaway, one for corner. Because with vodka's layout, training stamina is really difficult compared to how it would usually be. So we're lucky that we have those abilities that can go off. We are in last, though. That is unusual for us. We did start all the way on the outside. We are starting to make our way up just a little bit. As we get to over halfway in the race, passing the 1,000 meter mark, we're going to need to turn it up. Studious, okay, we just recently renewed that, so making our way through the field, that is going to help. But we have been left behind a little bit. Yeah, maybe we should, maybe this is short enough where pace is the best strategy, where pace could be the best strategy here. Yeah, because we are all the way back. The straightaway adept is coming out for us. And usually when our ultimate ability happens, it happens very late, but it does not look like it's going to happen for this one. So okay, yeah, okay, it just happened way too late. Here comes vodka. It's not going to be enough for the lead. How much is it going to be, though? Oh, okay. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. Oh, wow, third. Third place. That was better. That was a lot better than I was expecting. Okay, so maybe if we're farther out, yeah, maybe if we're closer on the inside, then we can, yeah, okay. I'm gonna use all my alarm clocks here for sure. We are in, okay, we're in 6. We're in 6. Okay, we have great mood. I think we can do it here. I think, let's try late game here. If that's a consistent issue, we'll go over to pace. Let's not be too hasty. Alrighty. Yeah, we do have quite good speed compared to the rest. I think we are highest on speed, I believe. Alright, here we go. Let's just to the inside. We had a lot of our skills go off last time, and that is being close to the inside is already helping us out. We are in 10th. We are in 10th already. We are making the most of that inside position. We are very close to being at the charge of the late pacers. Straightaway recovery, that's gonna help. That is absolutely gonna help. So we have more energy for the turn. Around the Air Groove doing really well, and that's one of our main competitors. Straightaway adept though coming out, and this is coming right before the last 2 turns. So this might give us a very big surge. We're doing very well. This is going very well for us. Oguri Cap leading, followed by Special Week, followed by TM Pro. And this is a very good place for it to get us to get that late burst. We like being nice coming around the corner. We like being in that spot late, but we do fall. We need to start picking it up. We need to start picking up the pace. We need the ultimate ability to come out. Baka is coming out. but Oguri Cap does also get her ultimate. Here we come. 2 lengths. I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think so. We should be able to take second. All right, I think that's definitely a case to go over to pace. I haven't tried many pace races with her. I did notice when we switched on the shorter race. On the shorter race when we switched over to pace, it did really well. But again, we are supposedly the 7th favorite, and we're at their supposedly the 7th favorite, and we have been 3rd and 2nd. Importantly, Dyla Scarlet has not been in that first place position. All right, here we go. Oh, we're number 2. We are in number 2. That's gonna be really good. This time we're switching up our strategy, going pace. Right by TM Opera O. Okay, so we're competing directly with Dyla Scarlet here on her own strategy. That's gonna be very interesting. That's a showdown right here. This is kind of a big pack, though. It is a little bit concerning. Yeah, if we can keep it up enough, that should be good. We haven't had any stamina recovery this time yet, which is a little bit concerning, considering that these other racers are very talented. Coming around the corner, yeah, this is a big pack. This is going to be a close race. This is going to be very close. Coming around the final corner. Luckily, no late starts, no rush energy. Okay, we have endurance reduced for our person that we are right by. Okay, we are coming out. I think pace may very well be the strategy for below 2,400 meters. We are leading, but Special Week is coming. TM Opera O is coming. Dyla Scarlet, Air Group, they're all coming. It's going to be very close. If we can get... Okay, we have the straightaway recovery. That's very much going to help. And that is going to be Vodka. No ultimate needed. I think that very solidly makes the case for switching over to pace as our main strategy. Vodka has done so well. Look at you go! Look at you go! So proud of you. There we go. We got our vodka drinking celebration. And yeah, we should probably have a new song because we finally completed this first segment of the career for the very first time. Let's see what it's like. Do 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 do. Oh, we don't have a name for it yet. This is a bop. This is a bop already. Oh, wow. Vodka face on the big screen. Next Frontier. Oh, so yeah, this one's got pretty big dance moves, huh? Oh, man, I'm so happy. This so far blows every other career I've done out of the water. Gonna interrupt the singing. Never said I wouldn't sing along. Okay, I take it back. I kind of like the other songs better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vodka. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Died with Scarlet. All the other Uma Musume on the stage. I apologize to you all. But the most important thing is Vodka wins, baby! Yeah! That's our girl. Let's go. All right. Let's see what the next set of goals are. Here we go. Keep up the good work and get more wins together. And 90,000 fans is crazy. That is approximately 90,000 more than we have. Coolest way she comes out on top in the fierce battle and wins the Autumn Tenmo show. She admits that she would not have been victorious if it weren't for Die with Scarlet. She achieves her greatest glory by walking her own path, giving her an incomparable sense of accomplishment. Goal complete! Hell yeah! All goals achieved! Okay. Okay, so this is the qualifier. We got 5 turns left until the qualifier. All right. We are gonna save and exit for now. And good stream, guys. Good stream. Okay. Let's go to the main event for today. Although it's a shame to say that vodka isn't the main event. I have to switch. Here we go. Turn on game capture and let's get Great Age Attorney Chronicles on here. Alrighty. I think I do remember seeing the first trial and a bit of the second one, but I don't remember any of the actual details. I just remember that I've seen them. That's all I remember. All right, cutscene time. If you can't hear anything, please let me know.
After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation.
I'm gonna turn up my headset volume.
Waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
Swept away. Okay, that sounds like it'll be important. Gunshot. Murder trial. Who's gonna be our 300, 400 years ago Maya Fey?
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just
God.
the beginning of an extraordinary story.
That's why do we have a gun? Why do we have a gun? The only we should be having a gun for a Twitch emote. But why are you holding a gun when there's a murder? That's not the time for a gun. Goodness, even the typewriter sound effects kind of sounds like guns. 22nd of November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judic. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. That's English, and I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Defendants in Chamber 5. Still can't believe it. I'm going to remove my mouse cursor. 1 second. Do not capture cursor. How can it be that just beyond the doors, this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares. Hey, we haven't. Hey, trials haven't begun yet. That hasn't been decided yet. We're just an accused murderer right now. Call us accused. Yeah, call us accused murderer. Go on. Go on. Too afraid to do it? Thought so. My name is Ryu-yes-uke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident, and now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough. Not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. Also, will... Oh, okay, gamepad will work. Perfect, okay. And who are you? Who the hell are you? I'm old. I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. What? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. Are we both just students here? And yet I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Wow. Wow, there you go. That's more like it. Right, Ryu-yes-uke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, Kiryu-chan? Kiryu-chan, are you here? Is this you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious, you're here. Incredible. But really, Kiryu, I never meant to try. I know I know we probably won't be. I'm guessing the name Kazuma Kiryu is trademarked. Probably the case. But I don't care. I'm gonna call you Kiryu. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. What voice would I do if I was doing Kiryu? Like, this is more of a, like, this is not the voice I associate with Kiryu, but it's a little more gravelly. Like, but I must say, no, this is Snake. That's Metal Gear Snake Solid 4 Revengeance. Wow, okay, my gravelly voice is very bad. And, look, I woke up terribly today, and when I wake up and I don't have a very good sleep, I feel it in my voice. So, I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. I think this is sort of what my Kiryu voice would be. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me, I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. There's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryu-yes-uke. Kazuma Kiryu, my best friend. Type in chat if Kazuma Kiryu is your best friend too. Also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's still an undergraduate. Not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. Our qualifications don't mean much. Yet. Said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Like when that murder happened. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're gonna get to study abroad at last. No, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes, court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I had to cross the ocean, to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Yo, buddy, you won't know how dimly that star has faded. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. Are you like vodka too? Do you want to ride a motorcycle before motorcycles have even existed? Are you the first person to have ever had the idea of a motorcycle? If so, hell yeah. But also, I feel like if you were the first person who had the idea of a motorcycle, vodka would be named after you, and vodka is named vodka. So, if only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. All right, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant with this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. And he's gone. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Interesting. Here, you may I have a word. Oh? I recognize the woman on the left from the cover. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me, but never mind that for now. Kiryu, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. All right then, ryu-yes-uke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Now we're all alone again. Nope, just kidding. This is awkward. If I may... Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryu-yes-uke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yukin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Well, I'm glad that you managed to do it. Kiryu has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As such, I feel you should know... Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Kiryu has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you, uh-oh. And there's the stakes. There are the stakes. So we're not only fighting for ourselves here, we're also fighting for our friends. For our friend and his right to study in Japan, which that's very interesting. That gives you, if you've played Deltarune, if you've seen what happens at the end of Chapter 2, if you've played Chapter 2, my reaction to that was pretty much like this. It's like, okay, if the stakes are gonna be this high early on in the game, like if the stakes are gonna be this high, if things are gonna escalate earlier than expected, then we're in for a wild ride. And that definitely got proven in chapters 3 and 4. I mean, I knew we were in for some crazy shit for Deltarune chapters 3 and 4, but I definitely did not expect, especially end of chapter 3, I didn't expect both of those two things at the end of chapter 3. So yeah, so having the stakes very high early on, and like this is something that's getting me very, very intrigued. I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? As I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Kiryu may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it. I swear it. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. Okay, so I have a feeling the deck's gonna be stacked against us. As usual with Ace Attorney games, but I mean with this early on. Then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not gonna suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, "I do." Are we marrying? I assume this is early. Again, this is like 300, 400 years back. I assume gay marriage isn't. I assume gay marriage is legal. This will be the first gay marriage in the history of Japan. Hell yeah, baby! Let's go. Let's go. Love wins on top. Let's fucking go. Really not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Kiryu must not be the defense. Are we... Now that poses a very interesting question. Oh boy, well now. The question is, by doing this, is his primary motivation that we need to say that, like, we're guilty, we're gonna be found guilty anyways, so we might as well save our friend? That's one option. The other option is much scarier. Because that would imply... Yeah, I mean, I doubt there are... Again, schools for lawyers are very new. You know, the practice of a courtroom in Japan, as we've already established, is very new. I'm wondering if this is implying that the procedures for... If you need to do... if you need to do a gavening, I guess, for those who are familiar with the Ace Attorney series past, if we need to do a gavening here, then there might, if you are a defense attorney, then there might not be the procedures for that. So, of course, as a defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Hey. Now that's just messed up. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over, and what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. So, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. Alright. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. Our dual destinies. That was not a satisfying clap. Oh well. 22nd November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Courtroom 2. I'm gonna do that instead of saying the actual word, because I wouldn't be able to pronounce it. So this is a courtroom? I love your wide-eyed expression. So much personality in that. Oh my goodness. The Supreme Court of Pure. No court in the land has more power. We're on the I think the different side. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. Powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. What only military and government officials may attend. That's sus. But why? It'll become clear in time, but for now, you need to concentrate, ryu-yes-uke. It's about to begin. Ancient pain! The ancient pain is here! Well, no, the trial of ryu-yes-uke Naruhodo. Ouchie! It is the ancient pain! The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency! As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedures for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? Yep. This is our time. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Wait and see. This one's X. Cosmo's the lawyer here. I can't defend myself. If I said I do, it would be tantamount to lying. I've been accused of murder, for goodness sake. This is no time for lies. Try to stop fidgeting, ryu-yes-uke. It's distracting. But if I don't say I'll defend myself now, things could end very badly for my friend. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate for his... ryu-yes-uke is here! Look, I didn't even know about his yes when I made the thumbnail of that. I didn't even know. I am so in tune with this game. Let's fucking go. I would like to inform the court that I, ryu-yes-uke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. Will be what? And raised high in the sky. Where are you playing at, ryu-yes-uke? Professor PNGtuber told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. Means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? No, it's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes, I knew that's how you feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor PNGtuber shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well, does the accused admit defeat already, renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. It merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? You're good. You know the ways of Phoenix Wright. You know the way of the bluff. We don't yet. We very clearly don't. Yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. Okay, so you, as you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? It's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, you can't be questioning it more than I am. So let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Do we have a court record yet? No. But let's save anyways. This is confirmed. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. Who was it again? Ryu-yes-uke. Let me guess. You don't know how to use the court record. You know me so well. I'm sorry. One moment. There you go. All the relevant information can be found in the court record, but I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of RUP. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. You just have to press RUP for the court record. All right, there's no time to lose. This is the list of evidence you've collected. Now, try switching to people instead with RUP. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press B to go back. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record, as you didn't see the name. So, it's Kazuma Sogi, Yujin Migatoba, Takatsuchi Auchi, the lead prosecutor for this case, who would appear to have little love for the changes the Cultural Reformation has brought about. John H. Wilson. The victim in this case, he was a visiting professor of medicine at Yume University from the British Empire. Ah, yes, John Wilson, inventor of the Wilson volleyball. Specifically the one that I'm forgetting the movie, but you know the movie, the one that was stranded on a desert island. That Wilson. I can't believe it was on that island for at least like 200, 300 years. Hey, better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section. We've done that. Press Y. Y to present. Try it now. That's back. Yes. Yeah, I'm using a PlayStation controller. The victim's name was Dr. John Henry Wilson, inventor of the H and the Wilson ball. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why the case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. Now, as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Well, and yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides her education. Have you no honor? Have you no honor having your hair like that? Although murder is the more important thing, but still. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. I hope the same would apply if a visiting Japanese professor to Britain was also, yeah. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. So were you. And so were you. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. This isn't an excuse at all. Ignore whatever Professor Mikitomo is saying. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Nothing bad could ever happen. You're right, nothing bad could ever happen. Especially not in a high-class Western restaurant. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Not like you'll be in jail or anything. Or whatever the equivalent of jail is here. Probably still jail. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think... Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. More courage than I might have in that scenario. Now, then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, inventor of the Wilson ball and the and medicine itself, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death? Well, obviously that was, let's look at our court record again. Death occurred a little at after 2 p.m. It's caused by a loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Okay, so it just stayed there. Ryu-yes-uke, remember that in court. Every assertion must be backed up by evidence. Bye. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, burp coming up. I had to suppress. By evidence? But how? Find a piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now, asshole. Asshole, but I'm literally your best friend in the world.
Yes!
Oh, I had pressed that button earlier. What the fuck? According to this document, oh, look at that animation. Oh, that's funny. Is it just similar to a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma? Then to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. The, post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on this later. This is the so-called photographic prints at the scene of the crime. Okay, so this is a bit later than I thought, because they have photographs. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. I wonder what it was like in that era. You know, to see just those snapshots of life. Yeah, that really must have been an incredible sight. Satisfactory answers. Let us start the trial. Like I've done done manual photography before. Like it's that process is very it is incredible. It's an incredible process to do that. Even with us being used to smartphones and all of that, but I can only imagine what it must have been like. Certainly, Your Excellency. So without further ado, in order to better appraise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes. Clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Kiryu must not be the defense lawyer. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. No. Nope. Absolutely not. Deal declined. Keep those headbands there. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Oh, are you okay? I hope we have a doctor in the house. You're right. You seem to be coughing up some, Maximilian Galactica. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for coming on by. I'm trying to remember his actual name. I played all the Ace Attorney games besides Chronicles and Adventures, all the mainline ones. So this is my first time here. Game this amazing. Hell yeah, Max Galactica. Hell yeah, you go. You go. Do your magic tricks. Do your magic tricks. Chat. You have I guess channel point redemptions would be the closest we get to a magic trick or a big top display. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Throwing the cards. That should be. I'll look into that. I'll look into that as a redeem. I'll absolutely look into that. That would be really fun to have. Well, welcome on in. My name's Tile Terra. See, Pilot VTuber here. Just starting out pretty much. Almost 2 months in. And yeah, Ace Attorney. It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should. Yep, pretty much. As everyone knows, the capital southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. Wasn't it Billy Bob? Wasn't it like Billy Bob Jones, Billy Bob Ray? Wasn't that either? This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. Oh, yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, aspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. It was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair, and standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on, let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. Honestly, ryu-yes-uke is so me in a trial. Like, I need to be very cautious if I encounter a scenario where I get like anywhere near a crime, because I am sort of like, maybe not to that level, but very close to that level of suspicious when I am trying to talk and explain myself. So I feel him so hard here. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, ryu-yes-uke. He'll have a chance to fight back. Now we must just quietly listen to the witness. I hope you're doing well today, by the way. Happy Friday, happy end of the week. I may confirm 1 point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today? Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? Do. This song's so cool. I don't know what instrument that is. Is that like a metallic xylophone? I forgot what that's called. No. It's not a metallic xylophone, you dumbass. Also, there's no one else around the table. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, ryu-yes-uke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello. Who? Who this? There's a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? That's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, still. What should I do? Yeah, we gotta here.
Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There's a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me, what are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Listen, Aga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. Or maybe he came to dine alone, and maybe someone sit down. That's not... I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume? That's right. I'm afraid I used to back my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Or you were preparing something. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court's officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Oh. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. Oh, boy. I feel this is really... Honestly, this is chronic... It might be chronic pain representation. Might be chronic pain representation here with our friendly waiter. At the moment the gunshot was heard, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency? If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to this court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. Oh, I pressed it too early. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Oh, he's not happy about that. Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You said it, Professor Mikitoba said it, and so is the judge and prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. Aw. Poor guy. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? The accused is in fact innocent. Then a defense lawyer is duty bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? Hell yeah! Hell yeah, there you go. Trial hasn't even begun yet, ryu-yes-uke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. There we go, there we go. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie, please continue with proceedings. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. This guy, man. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses. Oh, double interrogation. Right off the bat, okay. These guys. Who in the world are these guys? Yes, sir. The great Nippon Imperial Army's Sergeant Yes and No, sir. Oh, yes sir, no sir. Okay. Myself, I find employers a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the effluence of our nation, people, and conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd District, Curio Korekuta, at your service. Is that like a curio, like curation? An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant in the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post noon. Also, can we see the... We can examine it. Oh. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. Alright. Examine. Okay. Okay, so this... Gotcha. I was wondering if we could, like, rotate it. It might... I was thinking it very well might be a classic, back of the card situation. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. Okay, so it wasn't just my imagination. I was wondering, you know, through the talking or whatever. So this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. Witnesses. soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes, apparently so. Well, he's starting to feel uncomfortable. If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. At least we're already a little familiar. I guess that helps. I guess. You'll state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. Alright. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. I'm old. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine gold curio to the military gentleman. I didn't know why I didn't think to do the Gerson place before. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. I did also hear something. It definitely heard something. It was right when you slammed the desk. That black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, that cowardly little weasel. Oh, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously abandoned precious curio. Oh, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim? Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. Is that a baby? Is that a fucking baby's cry? Excuse me? Are we about to get a hydrogen bomb coughing baby situation before hydrogen bombs were even invented? The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day? Well, anyone can be assailed in the broad light of day. What the fuck? But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, ryu-yes-uke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and started drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang! Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. Somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is. ryu-yes-uke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now. As we've heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to the ouchie justice he deserves. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it's my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. Still just as scared as before. But we gotta do it. We gotta do it. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense, demands its, right to a cross-examination. Your Excellency, sir, please, with the cherry on top, please. Dear me, let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Someone is so commanding. Very well. The defendants conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, ryu-yes-uke. I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness's statements. Oh. You didn't fire the gun, which means that what that soldier says has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence, okay. What do we have? We have, again, loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. It did not pass through the victim's body. I keep pressing the wrong button here. Let's take a look at this photograph. We have the scorch mark. I don't think there's anything to be seen by zooming in, especially because it's pretty blurry. All right. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, ryu-yes-uke. Don't let them beat you. All right then. It's all or nothing. That light slam in the desk sound effect, that goes so far in conveying his personality, especially when next to, I don't even care. I'm gonna call him Kiryu even in my own head thoughts. In Kiryu's forceful slam. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. If we don't have anything to go against that. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. We haven't seen one of those yet. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired in the back. Okay. This might be it. From a gunshot to the chest. Yes, it is to the chest. That goes against what you said. Fuck you. Fuck you. Excuse me, Professor Judge, sir, Your Excellency, sir, excuse me, sir? Please? I have something to say. It's really important. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting this wad of papers in my mustache? Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes, there's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense. What could this document possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. Spell it out would be an insult to the court. Cosimo, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the postmortem report presented by the defense. That there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant, yes sir, no sir. Yes sir, what sir? The statement you just made was this. Black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian. And from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes!
But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... As is clearly stated in the post-mortem report, a fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through the body. Photographic print of the victim clearly shows the same thing. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Oh. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from the behind into the ass, in the ass, in that ass. Get that bullet in the ass. But nope. That's not how it happened. But, you're wrong. How do you explain it? Oh, there is a baby! There is the baby. Thank you, Melopause. Thank you, Melopause, for the follow. The baby is here. I was right. We did hear baby sounds. Hello. Thank you. That's the 60th follower here. Hello. Welcome. Hi. I'm Ty Altera. I'm a pilot VTuber. I'm just about 2 months into this whole streaming thing. First time playing Great Ace Attorney. I played most of the rest of the games, and we have a baby here on our hands. This is certainly a situation right away. I hope you're doing well. How's your Friday been? How's your week been? And have you watched this before? Are you have you played any Great Ace Attorney? Very interesting. Also, Melopause is a great name. I love that name so much. There's a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Oh, I'm glad to hear things are going well. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yeah, of course. I'm glad that you found your way here. I hope you're having a good time here. Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Streaming's going well. Yesterday was a bit of a rough day, but I'm coming back well. Again, yeah, just glad to see you here. Streaming has been a really fun journey so far. I'm excited to continue it. Apologies for the ad break. I'm gonna type out the rest of my message. I'll type it out while the ad plays. Just enjoying this streaming journey so far. So far, the goal is always to have fun, and that and streaming has been that so far. Loving this game already. Also, if I may do a little self promo here, we have Discord, and why does it say join Ty Discord? I should say join Ty's. But yeah, most important thing is that we're all having fun here. And I don't wanna interrupt. And I don't want ads to get in the way of that law. Okay. Hope you enjoy. Okay. Ads are back. Okay, we are back. We are back. Thank you. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for dealing with that. Firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iesunosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Yeah. Hey, inconsistency seer. There we go. There's been a complete turnabout. Hey, turnabout mentioned. Bam, 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 bam. And the mood of this trial. Just from that one discrepancy. Steely confident. So this is what being Ayo, we said the title. We said the title of the game. Guys, we did it. We have arrived. We have done it. We are the Ace Attorney now. Okay. But I definitely saw That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. I never fired the gun. Sorry, I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either. Myself, I've already been quite clear. The gunshots interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Because I'm an old little scoundrel. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Treasure? Indeed, the Hoyera Koban, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom packet a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute. In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you? On the day under scrutiny, I'm old. It was the military man that I proffered my holy treasure. Believed that he would spur to such a rare find, I did not. But I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes to the briefest of moments, was there no more? It simply vanished. Like a Max Galactica trick. Although I'm way too before his time to even know who a Max Galactica is. Come on, say, my, my old man voice and my ouchie voice are kind of merging a little bit. Come on, vanished. I'm old. Hunting around under the table I was, in case it may have fallen there, and then it happened. Okay, this is enough of a distinction. I'm a little bit of a cowboy. You heard the gunshot, did you not? Indeed, I did, but he did not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoey treasure. Nothing could distract me. Adventurist. Did you find the coin in the end? No. Also, hold on, I realized I haven't been paying attention to my YouTube chat. If you've been chatting there, I've been so sorry. I'm so sorry I haven't responded to anything that you've said. If you've said anything in there, okay, there we go. I have now popped out YouTube chat. I see. A lamentable day. That precious Holy Command was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself, and it wouldn't be that soldier over there, would you? Okay, oh, hey. How you doing? What's this game? This is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. This is a prequel to Ace Attorney. There are two of these little prequel games, and I have them both. They come in the Great Ace Attorney collection. And I'm excited to play these. I can't really play the Ace Attorney games on the main Ace Attorney games on the channel, unfortunately. Yes, we have the Gerson Boom old man voice. Absolutely. Love that old man voice up in here. But yeah, but these games, at least, I see the Ace Attorney games I played before on my own time before I debuted, but at least these games, and probably the Miles Edgeworth Investigations games after, if people are interested, But yeah, we're getting to play these here. This is a game voted on by the community. So yeah, just excited to be able to play it. And I'm excited to have you here. As I'm sure everyone present is aware, this case demands swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, I, Kazuma Kiryu, suggest it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. To catch you up, again, we're being framed for murder, and we just had a testimony from this guy, Sergeant yes sir, no sir, saying that we shot the guy, this guy, Dr. John H. Wilson, inventor of the Wilson, the Wilson Beach Ball and the letter H and medicine, and traveling from Britain, alleged that we murdered them, we shot them in the back. But this post-mortem report shows that, in fact, no, get the fuck out. He was shot from the front. So, we'll see. We'll see what happened. Unfortunately for Ryu-yes-uke, and unfortunately for ass lovers, he did not get shot in the behind.
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Inosuke Naruhodo.
Despicable Me? Despicable Me Gru mentioned? He really seems to think you're Gru, doesn't he?
Very well, the clause invites the witnesses to testify again.
You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
I'm old. As clear as Jericho glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir, I want, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Hello, baby.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think.
Affirmative, the newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name Ido.
Aw, little cutie.
Luckily you were born in a time far before hydrogen bombs, so you should be fine. It would seem those straps are assigned to a sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Ido, attention. Your father's about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy.
Get that snot out your nose.
Yes, the baby, little baby. Yeah, how are you doing, Ko? Doing Kyoki. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man.
Thank you. Yes, it was made by Avatar was made by Lynx Stellastar. Go give them a follow. They're usually at Lynx Stella. Absolutely recommend her. Absolutely recommend her. I'll also shout out to my VTuber siblings. Shout out Kai Shinryu, Rennie the Vamp, Agrius Corvus. I am so happy to have met them. They're incredible. They're incredible streamers, incredible people. But yeah, Lynx is so good. Lynx's work is just incredible.
Pointing the gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in black.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out.
Yeah, we do have some new artwork coming. I mean, we have some emotes. We have some new emotes and new artwork coming. Not for my PNGtuber. That'll stay the same, but new artwork coming on Wednesday. I have drawn. Hold on, let me pull up. If you go to, I'll put it in the Discord. I just oh, you actually just joined. Hello. Let me find it in Kai's Discord. Or maybe it's in downloads if I have although that'll probably take longer to find. Actually, let me just search from search, yeah, from sorry. Hold on. Actually, no, has sorry to interrupt. Has image from Tile Terra. Yeah. I will find it eventually. I don't know why I can't search from user. That's kind of weird. It's not letting me do that. So that's making it very hard. I'm going to do a very quick sweep of my downloads. Yeah, I don't see it. Okay, so I will find it. Please remind me to find it. I will find the artwork there. It's very bad. It's like I don't I haven't like practiced drawing. I don't really do it like professionally. But I did a little like scribble art of like of Kai, my VTuber sibling. I'm like, you must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her. If you call yourself a lawyer, then will you respect the rule? You will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. Ugh. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. Okay, searching on my phone, I can find my image. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Is this a photograph at the scene of the crime council? Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print. It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. We have like a cover-up art going here. All of these people saying that the woman that sat with Dr. John H. Wilson, inventor of H and medicine and the Wilson ball and traveling for Britain and women, was just dining alone. Nobody was there. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. Okay, it should be posted now. Should be able to see it. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. Yeah, I mean, there's always there's the art and creation channels there. You can always post your art as long as it's not basically as long as you're not saying like as long as it's not like a commission ad. As long as it's not like hey, pay me for my commission work. Like that. Yeah, just cuz like we don't do self promo, but absolutely show your art there. I'd love to see it. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. Also, Ko, if you want to see the artwork, go ! Discord, and it'll be in there. We also just have ! Commands for all of the commands we have on the server. Sorry, not on the server, on here, on the Twitch stream. Hold on, I missed that. These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Taketsuchi Aochi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. I'm guessing this is Kiryu. Stand tall, Ryu-yes-uke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. Now's your chance to expose it. To try out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood? Rules can be so unbending at times. And if you want to say, feel free to, I usually don't take DMs for artwork, but yeah, post it like, I want to see in the creations, like art and creations, absolutely go ahead. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment that the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black, that much, I did myself see. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same. Oh, Oh, I think I went back. Yeah, it's just going back. There we go. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Let's press this because we do not believe that. What makes you so sure?
Yes.
Also, yeah, again, feel free to just use your channel point rewards, interrupts me. Like, I don't care. Like, have fun. Have fun in here is what we're all about. Yeah, no, the baby on was it Aito, I believe? I know. Is so cute. Okay, wait, no, court record. I want to make sure I know his name. Oh, he's not on here? He doesn't get a place in the court record? Boo! Boo! You must have noticed somebody else at Dr. Wilson's table. There's a lady there. I feel bad that pains went out time and time again. I've ground a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Ugh. Only there'd been more people dining there at the time, that someone else would have noticed her. Fortunately, it's already past 2 p.m. when it happened. Yeah, baby. Sorry. Honestly, we've had crazier things than a baby being on the stand. We've had crazier things in the Ace Attorney series. If you're wondering what those are, play the games for yourself. Certainly 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of time to eat. I wonder if there's a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why it was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was. This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. What is that? Is that counsel? It's a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, fuck. Sorry, none of you will know why. If you haven't played the Ace Attorney games before, you will not know why I've had that reaction. Oh no, this is... Why did they put the ancestor to a creep in here? God damn it. And why is the Englishman going there? Why is Dr. John H. Wilson, the inventor of the Wilson ball and the letter H, and women and medicine and traveling from Britain, and going to clinics with creeps? Why are you there? Sorry, I have to calm down from this. Sorry, okay? Maybe I should be going sans mode here just for my frustration. My pure and utter anger and frustration at this. Anyways, 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. Very day of the incident. The victim paid for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case. I wonder, what do you think, ryu-yes-uke? Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered in the court evidence record. The court. It said, "Oh my God, the court evidences record." I think I said something like that. Switch those two words up. Incredible. If you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card? Yes, we should. Absolutely. Yes. Let's see what we can find. If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern. Anyways, fuck you. Whether or not there are concerns, up for us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible venues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their so-called rights. It's a most disturbing trend. Also, for those of you who haven't watched my YouTube poop, there was one of the things I forgot to talk about in the behind-the-scenes stream. One of the things I forgot to talk about was there was a portion where Peter Griffin said the word rights, and I really wanted to do something with I thought about it too late. But there's a portion where I just could have had Peter Griffin saying that somebody had no rights. Like that would have been funny. And I'm crossing my fingers that somebody else did that joke. I'm crossing my fingers on that because that's so funny. That would be very good humor. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. Anyways, we have rights. Youngsters have rights. Streamers have rights. Gamers have rights. Even though arguably we shouldn't. Also trans rights. Absolutely. Perhaps you've forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korakuta-san. Okay. Only was the Englishman dining all by himself. All right, let me look at... I know we hit present, but I want to look at the medical report card. Okay, we cannot examine it. A medical report card from Hada Clinic. He was there from 12 to 1. All right, dining all by himself. We got the new medical card. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Excellent work, ryu-yes-uke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. Yeah, let me check again. Oh yeah, we cannot check it. Medical record. Can't see it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we can examine it. Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence, so perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. Oh, okay, so they're teaching us that we can examine things. Cool. You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones that you may examine. Press A, and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use to rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles by using okay. Oh, I was worried that we crashed. Oh, that was so concerning. Let me actually save right now. Ugh. That was scary. You can move the crosshairs to hunt for clues you may have been missed before. Crosshairs start to pulsate. Press to investigate further. Hey, so I think you should take a closer look at the medical report card. See if there is something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. All right, I'll see what I can do. I need to use to inspect any areas of the evidence that look sus. Among Us. Okay, let's take a look. Well, okay, this is hard to rotate. So, well, okay. Why is it inverted? It's not even inverted. Up and down are to tilt left and right. What are these controls? Name Mr. John Wilson, Hada Clinic. It says Hada Clinic on this medical report card. Hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I got the only cold I've ever had in my life. Oh, wow. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. You have quite the memory and quite the luck with medicine. I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Like, people will give their right arm to have had only one cold in their whole life. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. I don't want to miss anything. I'm gonna hydrate. All right. So now I hold down to rotate it back. This back here. Open up. Let's have a look. Oh, he's a regular? And there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It seems so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they'd used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia, though it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. There's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure. Until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. So the question is, did he go against the doctor? Or are the people just lying? This new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time to listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. There you go, we're gaining some confidence, I like that. It's the same thing. Only personnel. Dining all by himself. Hold on, where was it? It was... maybe dining all by himself? Let me save. Just in case. But let me also... oh. Take a look at my evidence. We had the food back. He has the food back there. The steak is full. And the steak was eaten, so this couldn't have been him. So. Yeah, let me just check. Pointing the gun, this isn't what we're disputing. Oh. Dining all by himself, therefore no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. No, it's this statement that we want to look at. I'm gonna try pressing first. So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in. The testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen. Oh, okay, yeah, this is the time. There's only a single beef steak on the victim's table. A meal for one. Also, our photo with him dead has a full steak, not eaten. So that's... the antique dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. If so, why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. It's a conspiracy. Ooh. He was an Englishman dining all by himself. I would say let's try. Here, oh, whoa. We have to inspect our attorney's badge. Number 901. Let's take a look at that. Personal student, student number. So you lose your PIN, they won't accept you as a UA student at the university. You may God damn it. You can get a new PIN if you just tell them your number. I've already lost mine twice already, but I still don't know my student number by heart. Well, I say to myself, I mustn't forget to write it down somewhere. But then I forget not forget that. Oh, shoot, sorry. I'm gonna go to the end and just make sure that we want to present a new thing. Well done, ryu-yes-uke. If you have more to go on now. Still don't feel like the situation has really changed. The discrepancies have come to light, and that's what we need. Oh, I think the situation has changed a great deal. We've come a long way. How so? Because we have just what we need. Simply a case of using it to our advantage now. And do you mean there is a discrepancy? Somewhere? In this testimony? The 16th discrepancy? The crucial point is, the victim had been prohibited from consuming anything but water when he was shot. That fact has not yet been brought to the court's attention. He's right. Thinking about Dr. Wilson's circumstances at the incident puts that particular statement in a totally different light. Let's keep your eye on the process of battle. There's only one sure way to win. You didn't see the precise moment, pointing the gun. We are the only personnel present. Dining all by himself. Okay. This isn't necessarily a refutal to being a not necessarily, but it's close enough. Yes. Let's go. Well, I think, About what are you wearing, lad? You call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryu-yes-uke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kiryu-chan. I can see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. All right. Thanks for the advice. Not normally advice that I would give for court, but I feel like it's good for him. It's good. It's what Ryu-yes-uke needs. It's what Mr. Ryu-yes-uke Naruhodo needs. Korekуда-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. I see, and I don't see. What of it, boy? I'm pretty old, I can't see. Comparing what's written on this report card with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered in the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. No, but that's, Remember, Ryu-yes-uke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. He's covering. He knows what might be coming. The witnesses' testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could have committed this crime. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that? Oh, Ryu-yes-uke, we're starting to come into our own here. That outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hada Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. Yes, it is, and that really is confirmation that this is... that it goes to that fucking creep place. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? He's sweating, boy. He's covering. He's covering. He's trying to run. He's trying to run, but he can't outrun the truth. He can't outrun the truth, baby. Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? Get orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't. Korekуда-san. I'm old. I can't hear you. I can't see this evidence. As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. Now, additionally, there's more. He assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. That cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Let's go. We done, partner. Now I'm starting to feel my teeth in my mouth. What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Yeah, I need to have a, that's another one, a CSI one. I need to write these down somewhere. Do I have a pen in here? I don't. I'm gonna write this down on my phone as I continue. Yes, most definitely. Having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beef steak? A woman I saw earlier! The court will now hear the opinion of defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel. This reminds me of a puzzler. So, that means me, doesn't it? All right, the answer to this question is gonna be pivotal. This is the start of your turning the trial around. Let's go. Got it. So, also chat, if I'm missing anything, the CSI, the person saying gun, there was one more. I feel like there's one more soundboard that I mentioned that I needed to add, but I've forgotten. If any of you remember, please let me know. Also, anyone can recommend soundboards that can go on the channel. Subscribers get their own channel redemption. Must have been, yep, as we all know, an as yet unknown third party. It's a third party. It's a party of three. Oh, we also have a message on the server. Oh, Kimberly. Hello. Hello to Kimberly as well. I just saw the thing for the Discord server. Hello and welcome. Welcome to the server. I just you probably won't see this. In the ad break, I'm gonna wave and say hello to them. Yeah, this is gonna be an as yet unknown third. When's the ad break gonna end? It's a third party. Welcome back. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person. There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on the table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial, relentlessly. Kazuma, are you insane? You would take on the government. Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand. What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, well then, obviously, you'll be charged with perjury. Perjury. Aw. Baby better be safe. Baby better be safe. You will also, and is this a murder trial? You'll also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit? In murder? He's trying to get him to spill the beans. No! I'm old. I will not go to prison. Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right. As the man says, just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Fuck. What? What did you just say, Kuragane-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders. Now hold on, lad. I was Say you never saw the gentlewoman. Ugh. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What is the meaning of all this? I mean, that would make sense if, again, if they're signing the treaty. We know that the only thing we know is that Dr. John H. Wilson, inventor of the letter H and the Wilson ball and medicine and women and going to creepy dentist places and a couple of other things that I've forgotten by now, was sitting. If they were sitting, if the treaty was just signed, if he was sitting with a woman from overseas, that would make sense as to why they were getting all of these people to lie. They did say at the start of this trial, that this was all, that they were trying to get a speedy resolution because they didn't want to risk the treaty that they just signed with England. Is this true, you pair? Just one simple slip of the tongue. God damn it, old man. He really did come to save the day, but not for himself, but for us. Explain what's going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. He may very well know nothing. This may be a government meeting. And who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, that's classified. So you're prepared to be tried. You're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? Oh, so classified does hint to government. You wouldn't. This can't be happening. ryu-yes-uke. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe LG had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It can only be the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm we tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. Are they in the court record by any chance? That would be Mikatoba. Yeah, it's probably not. If it is anybody in here, unfortunately, it would probably be. If it's anyone in here, and I doubt that, but if it is, it would probably be Mikatoba, and he's just testing us. Do we need to name whoever it was? Okay, I'm gonna save. Oh. All right. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? Before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh, yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything. Be sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait, Your Excellency. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god, I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this? Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout the first name that comes in my head. As the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... It's either you or you. I think the most likely... Again, I think the... And you couldn't have I don't think you could have manipulated yourself. You were the one sweating. It's one of these two. You are dead. Maybe you were sworn to secrecy. Maybe they swore you to secrecy before all this happened. Again, but you have the British Empire connections. It's one of these two. I'm gonna go with my first assertion, though. There! What do you make of that? I think, counsel, you may want to close your ears as well as your eyes. Okay. Okay, so it is Wilson. If you feel you must close your eyes in a crisis, I suggest you keep your mouth shut next time, too. Otherwise, I may have to use the influence I have in this courtroom to shut it permanently. Okay, so that's one gone. He really makes me wince in pain sometimes, Ayo. I have a great deal of influence myself, but believe me, find other ways to keep your mouth shut as well. All right, don't get angry. I'll think again. A clue somewhere in the evidence. Okay. Saying, look at the evidence. Yeah, I'm just making sure. Oh yeah, now we can rotate this. Now we can rotate this. We gotta look at it from a different perspective. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. I knew it. I said this earlier and I forgot. Chief Inspector. You're not a waiter at all. What the hell is this? This is some sting operation bullshit if I've ever seen it. Oh, this case is getting good. Oh, I did not expect this at all. Oh, wow. Usually I can see some of these twists and turns coming in these Ace Attorney cases. Oh, this is such a good trial. This is getting close to turnabout Trump levels of good first trials. This is a revelation right here. Look, he says the witness's name here, Satoru Hosonaga. That's why you were worried about it being entered into court evidence. That's why you were so worried. Oh, let's get that still called waiter back on the stand. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job. Oh, Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Also, that's not a very good alibi. That's not a very good alibi using your own name. But he still uses his own name as a Hosonaga Butler Inspector. What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, police have a lot of power and influence. if they're wielding it somehow here, why would they want somebody murdered? Why would they want us? This is... I still can't help but think that... How are you involved, Kiryu-chan? How are you involved in this? Because the assertion from Migatoba earlier seemed to imply... Again, it implied either that... It implied... I forget what the other... it implied that we really need to look out for our friend. That we will get... That we will be in more trouble if we go to jail and he stays out. Like, it'll be more trouble for both of us. Or that he's the one who did it. Or he's involved, at least, with it. I don't see how you fit into the puzzle, Kiryu-chan. I don't see it just yet. This is racking my brain, man. Now that I think about it, there might be some piece of evidence I haven't thoroughly examined yet. All right. Time to think. But we had time to think. We had time to look at the court record. The only person with the necessary influence is so-called head waiter, Satoru Hosonaga. It was you. That would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san? The waiter who took the stand earlier? Peacock, what possible reason could the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even the head waiter could not possibly have had that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were? Come on, ryu-yes-uke. Time to hit this court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosonaga-san's real identity is proven by this so-called waiter's business card! And the restaurant sketched out a man in question. It shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency, that's the back of the card. It's the back of the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. Just whip it around, just turn the case around, just ryu-yes-uke, dies of stress. Trial over. Hawthorne vibes. Hosonaga-san sketched a plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. In front of that business card reveals a man's questioned profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession, but that's surely... Good gracious. That's right, Your Excellency. Card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? Why indeed, ouchie. Really is an ouchie for you. The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you've seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well. Uh-oh. Is it the man himself? It is. Oh. We got the church organ going. Got that Gothic cathedral vibes. Inspector Hosonaga. I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketches of evidence, I realized it was a possibility. I forget if this is the same voice as before. Take this plan and add it to the court record. Oh, well. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So, you mean to say, you really are a detective? Why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Of course. Your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes. There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Does it have anything to do with the coins that you lost? Like the guy selling the things there? Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you'll elaborate on one point for the courts. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would have also been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, their testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Oh boy. Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable! As I suspected. Bang! As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an English woman. And the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say it wasn't you? Remove the English woman from the scene at once. It wasn't from you. It was made clear that the English woman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this English woman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interests not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an English woman as the primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right. You're right about that, ryu-yes-uke. It isn't right. Are we gonna have to walk away? Is that the question? But again, I think we might be guilty until proven innocent here. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kiryu-chan? Yuma University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain, and I'm fairly certain about one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research lab. Is a young English woman. What? So I went into... My voice is going out. You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Oh boy. Water break. Sorry. Excuse me. court demands you name the lady in question, Inspector. The English woman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of UMA University's medical facility. What is happening here? I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. I ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court is underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. We're going into a second day. We're going into a second day in the first case. That's what I love to see. Now I've been missing the new deadline of a ruling in order to send a telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Ugh. Inspector Hosonaga? Yes, sir. You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly, and this is Judge's orders. So it won't be a problem. Oh boy. It looks like it's gonna be a problem, but nothing will get in my way. Alright. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Okay, so this isn't the second day, but still, second part. Yes! Your Excellency! Good. And we'll have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. We did it! To be continued! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! This is good! This is so good so far! Let's override that save. Save complete. And with that, we are gonna find somebody to raid. Thank you so much for coming by. Really, really appreciate it. This was a fun one. I am so excited to continue this on Sunday and for the rest of streams. Let's see who's live. Let's see. Oh, Taya's live. And RimWorld. Is there anybody else playing? Maybe not Great Ace Attorney Chronicles because that may give spoilers for me. Let's see the Ace Attorney. I guess I have to do. Yeah. Okay. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Is anybody playing? No, okay. We will go with Teo. We will go say hello. Go say hello to Teo. They are playing RimWorld right now. Oh, I haven't rated them. I thought I already rated Teo. Yeah, let us go say hello. Thank you all so very much for coming. I am gonna copy out our raid message. A little hint, you may or may not have a new one soon. This is our raid message right now. Lots of descending planes. So copy that if you want to join us and hop on board. Let's go over to Heyo Teo's stream. Thank you all so very much for coming. And that will be all for today. Have a good one. I will hopefully see you Sunday evening Wednesday evening, whenever you decide to come by. Hope you have a great weekend. Bye bye.